second day of the competition in Stroud, where some of the village hills are so steep, donkeys were used to carry goods up and down until the 1930s.
Don't even think about it.
Right, let's show these ladies how it's done.
And hoping his night won't be an uphill struggle,
Oh, it's lovely in here.
his logistics development manager and the only man of the group, Elliot. Like everyone this week, he'll be hosting in this plush country pile.
Should be able to work my magic in this kitchen. I am extremely confident tonight is going to be better than last night's food-wise. Melanie was a great host. I will do my best to match that, but the food, there's no option. My food is definitely going to be the winner.
The Melanie in question gave her guests a taste of New Year's Eve on a summer's night.
We'll stack the shelves.
I think it went really, really well. I was the hostess with the mostest. The decorations were perfect, the music was perfect.
Perfect. However, her packet mix risotto main course was less than perfect for radio presenter Kate.
Did you make this yourself?
Well, I've added all my own ingredients to an organic porcini risotto mix.
The risotto was actually quite nice and very tasty and well presented. Can't really give Mel credit for that because it came out of a packet.
All of Melanie's corner cutting left her score falling slightly short with 27 out of 40. And Kate and Mel's country horse chit-chat left spiritual Stroudy Liv feeling a little left out.
How many horses have you got?
4.
I've got 6.
It was like, oh, I've got 6, I've got 4. Ooh, I wonder whose horses are bigger.
But it was Kate's attention to lone male guest Elliot that proved the most memorable part of the night for Belarusian headbanger Tatsy.
I would have said you're higher class, Kate.
Thanks, Elliot. I think we had a moment there.
I think that Kate has got some kind of connection with Elliot.
Well, I mean, Elliot's the only male around the dinner table, so I think we're all sort of focusing on him, poor man.
Brace yourself, Elliot. So what's the plan to woo your guests, then?
My menu's bringing all of my favourite dishes together and it's all inspired from my trips to Spain.
The first part of Elliot's surprisingly Spanish-themed menu is his starter, baked Camembert, French, with homemade focaccia, Italian.
I'm impressed, and I love that.
It's one of my favourite starters. It's what I always order in a restaurant. And if he pulls off the homemade focaccia, that is going to be amazing.
Yeah, mediocre. Again, I'd probably eat something like this during the week.
For his fresh bread, Elliot mixes flour, olive oil, and then the all-important yeast.
Yeah, I've always had a problem with my bread going a bit flat, so I've decided to chuck a bit of extra yeast in there.
A pinch of salt and water before getting right royally stuck in.
If Elliot can make bread with his own hands, then who knows what else he's capable of.
Kate!
You've got to be nice and soft with the bread. You've got to be very gentle, just like you would be with a lady. So you've got to make sure you look after it.
Bread lovingly caressed. It's onto the Camembert.
This Camembert is going to be like one they've never tried before. I'm going to put my own little twist on it, and it's going to be brilliant.
And that unique twist is rosemary, which Elliot chops with all the skill of a pro.
This looks quite professional, this.
Just mind your fingers, chef.
Melanie's starter yesterday, there was a lot of garlic. For some reason, it wasn't chopped or shredded. It was just massive lumps of garlic. So Melanie needs one of these.
Commonly known as a garlic press. To the crushed garlic, he adds olive oil before liberally spreading onto his cheese.
Homemade focaccia, ooh, that's quite risky.
Focaccia's actually quite difficult to make.
Right, let's see how this bread's looking. I tell you what, I don't think it looks too bad. It's looking all right at the moment.
Now proved, all that's left is to spread it into a baking tray.
Hopefully it rises. I have made one before and it looks a bit like a pancake.
Covered with a bit more garlicky oil, he'll bake alongside the Camemberts when his guests arrive. To the competition from Stroud in deepest Gloucestershire.
Cheers.
Where logistics expert Elliot is pulling out all the stops to wow and possibly woo his 4 lucky lady guests in the hope of winning the £1,000 prize.
I'm going to go start the starters.
Cheers. Can't wait.
Like all the guests this week, he's hosting from this remarkable rural residence.
Obviously, the food is very important tonight. I've got to make sure I'm also charming to the ladies, so hopefully I'll make a good waiter, barman and chef for them this evening.
And it's time for this chef to crack on with his Camembert starter.
perfect.
A final sprig of rosemary and out with the all-important focaccia.
Looks good, doesn't it? Don't mind that.
And there it is, baked camembert with not-from-a-shop focaccia.
I hope you enjoy it.
Did you actually cook this yourself?
I did cook it all myself, yeah.
The extra garlic that you've put on top is a really nice touch, and I've eaten this dish in some of the best restaurants in France, and that is my favourite.
Really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I couldn't believe how tasty the starter was.
I haven't actually tried Camembert in France. If it was on the menu, I would have this at one of my posh restaurants that I go to. No, seriously, I would.
Really? Thank you very much.
Mel and Kate absolutely love him to pieces, don't they?
But is the camembert as lovely as Elliot, Liv?
It was really nice, but probably not the best thing I've ever tasted in my entire life or that is ever served in France, ever.
Did anyone help you cook the bread, bake the bread?
No, honestly, I made the bread. I can go for the recipe, bit of bread, flour, oil. I let it proof. Then I kneaded it.
Yeah, it's a bit greasy, but good job I've got a napkin. Sorry.
I think Tatsy's problem with the focaccia is that focaccia is an olive oil-based bread. I don't want... Who wants dry focaccia?
Well, not me. And nobody wants a dry conversation either. What do you got up your sleeve, Elliot?
I'm a single guy. My grandma does help me out when I'm looking for a lady in my life. But I'm interested to understand, are you single? Have you met anyone and how did you meet them?
I have been with my husband since I was 15.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. He was at the same college as me. He did engineering and I did languages. We used to meet and travel on the train together and the rest is history.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah,
That is
doesn't
lovely.
it?
Lovely.
Thank you.
Childhood romance.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely wonderful to be with your childhood sweetheart 30, 40, 50 years later. They're obviously really happy together, so who are we to judge?
I think 50 years might be pushing it, Kate.
I cannot fathom that they've been together since they were 15.
I can't imagine ever liking someone enough to want to marry them, let alone be with them for all those years.
That's sad.
Is it? Well, I think it's more fun.
Okay. Is it actually, though?
No.
She's like the Bridget Jones of the group.
I don't ever want to get married, no. I can't be bothered with all the paperwork.
I would say to Liv that marriage is give and take. Yes, you're going to have good times. Yes, you're going to have bad times.
Wise words, Mel. Wise words.
Well, I'm single as well, quite newly single at the moment, so just feeling my way around online dating, which I've never done.
I think it's weird when you find out that people have met, like, not on a dating site now.
Yeah.
It's quite rare.
I had to ask you what, I don't know, like swipe right, swipe left.
I think left.
Left
Hang on a
means
minute.
no.
Left means no,
exactly.
right means yes.
What's up?
Up's like, crikey. So she's a bit of all right.
I definitely wouldn't be any good at this online dating because I would swipe left. And I've only learnt that tonight about swiping left.
Oh, I'd swipe right for Elliot.
Well, who wouldn't?
Appreciate that.
What's your upper age limit?
So my age range, I think it's all about the connection. So
Elliot, that sounds like a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
Come on.
I can't.
Come on, Elliot. How old is too old?
I think 45 to 50's got to be the maximum.
Okay. Well, we're fine then.
Nicely handled, fella.
If he said too low, then it would mean that he didn't want to date Kate. And if he said too high, it would insinuate that he thought that she was older than she is.
You can't get the age wrong. I didn't want to upset anyone at the table, particularly Kate. So.
He probably hasn't got a clue how old I am.
OK, I hope everyone enjoyed the starter. I'm off to go prepare the main course.
Thank you.
Time for a swift exit, Elliot?
Honestly, everyone was quite surprised. I think they just didn't expect I could do anything in the kitchen.